think that
I mean,
it's either him or Gibbs, honestly.
The low-hanging fruit argument doesn't. You want to win, right? It's like,
Well, you guys just picked SVG, so I guess
I'm just saying, it's still smart to pick the low-hanging fruit because it's a good shot.
Obviously, because that's what you guys do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll just have a little bigger lead next.
How many road courses do we have this season?
4, right?
Yeah, you're gonna pick SVG 4 times.
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's what he did last year. Okay.
I'm going to pick him until he loses.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Because
until
since
he doesn't
Coda last
win
year,
for
he
us.
has not lost.
Yeah.
He's undefeated since Coda.
It's a solid bet.
Yeah.
Thursday, you got a fun little interview coming out with the Hendrick Group, Kyle Larson, Mr. H, Jeff Gordon.
That was fun to sit those guys down and just the extended interview from what we did on the pre-race show. We give Mr. Hendrick a little crap about his TikTok usage. Cool interview.
Nice. We look forward to seeing that. Always enjoy hearing from Mr. H. Okay, guys, this has been fun. We're right on time. I'm not rushing us off. Make sure you subscribe on our new YouTube page, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on Harvick Happy Pod, and we'll see all of you after Coda.
A game that has meaning for March at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana, for the Hoosiers, who are living on the bubble, playing a Northwestern team that has had their number the past 5 years, beating the Indiana Hoosiers 5 times in a row on a night where Indiana, they've got to have this one. They're back to 500 in the Big Ten. They're playing for the NCAA tournament while Northwestern is playing for a first-round bye in the Big Ten tournament in a few weeks in Chicago. We're glad you're with us. All Big Ten guard Jordan Taylor. I'm Connor Onion. It's not something Indiana is categorizing as a must-win, but it's a certain that it's a must-not-lose tonight for their tournament resume.
Yeah, I think they need to recategorize that into a must-win. And you mentioned Northwestern having their number. They're playing better, even though they're at the bottom of the conference. Although Coach DeVries doesn't care. It's a new day in Bloomington. Got to keep Nick Martinelli in check.
Yeah, Nick Martinelli, the leading scorer in the Big Ten. He's part of the starting lineups powered by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. You got the top 2 scorers in the Big Ten, Martinelli and Lamar Wilkerson, the number 2 scorer for Indiana.
Yeah, it's going to be a show, and 2 defenses that need to focus on them, obviously, but Northwestern has decent rim protection. Got to run Wilkerson off the line. Got to keep Martinelli away from the basket.
Well, a lot of success in this building for Chris Collins, who has 4 wins in his career at Assembly Hall. Of active Big Ten coaches, only Matt Painter, Tom Izzo have more in this gym. And Darren DeVries, I'm with you. Probably correct to categorize this as must-win after the back-to-back losses.
Yeah, you cannot miss on this one. And again, that stat right there, 205 and 206 for Coach Collins, a little misleading. There are not many better coaches in this country than Chris Collins, so this one should be good.
And so Indiana back on their home floor for the start of a 3-game homestand with 4 games to play in the Big Ten regular season. Back-to-back losses on the road for the Hoosiers at Illinois, and then on Friday night against their rival Purdue.
Lamar Wilkerson, interesting matchup early on. They go with Jake West on him. He's got size. A size advantage for Wilkerson, but West can chase him.
And a scramble situation in the half court leads to an air ball in the 3. No shot clock reset, and it's a shot clock violation off of the air ball.
And they go show early in ball screens. West does a great job chasing Wilkerson, and they're switching to obviously keep Indiana, neutralize that 3-point. You got the one guy you want shooting it, Connor Enright. Can't convert. Good execution by Northwestern early.
And Northwestern gets a stop off of a win against Maryland and then some rest. They won last Wednesday and didn't play over the weekend. So 6 days for the Wildcats to get ready for this game.
Northwestern's been playing better. Results don't necessarily show it, but they took Michigan to the wire, really gave them a run, ran out of gas against Nebraska, played them well also.
And 2 deep clocks, both trips down in the half court. The Big Ten's leading scorer Martinelli with the opening miss for the Wildcats.
Martinelli has struggled as of late, got it going against Maryland, but those are the shots that he's been struggling with. It's a lot to carry a team on your back offensively. He settles at times later in the year. He's got to be aggressive and get to the paint, put pressure on this Indiana defense.
The Northwestern offense on his shoulders. The Indiana offense on Wilkerson and DeVries' shoulders.
Yes, that's correct.
2 to shoot. Here is Wilkerson, and he bangs the 3.
And that's a mistake right there from Jaden Reed. He's at the nail, but you got to understand, with Wilkerson, you can't leave him too much. You got to force Enright to make a play. Good read from Enright.
Is he playing single-digit shot clock all night?
I hope not. Put him up.
Each team milking it the first 2 trips. In tight, no finish for Tyler Kropp. And Northwestern starting 3 freshmen as Nick Dorn's first three-pointer is off the mark.
That's where Indiana can be dangerous, but Nick Dorn's been so good from that corner all year. Struggling as of late, but always a threat.
And Singleton, the Indiana native, gets Northwestern started.
And that's exactly what Nick Martinelli has to do. He draws a double, gets it close to the basket. They leave Singleton only 16% from 3. Not many of his shots come from out there, but he knocks it down.
And Jordan, that's what he was saying today at the shoot-around, was that's the big part of his game he's working on, as Dorn makes the correction on his second shot.
Great find again from Enright. That time they don't show. In a bit of a drop, the low man Northwestern stays a little bit too long, and again, that's the danger of Indiana. Stay home against Enright, force him to make a play.
It's those little split-second decisions that cost you.
100%. You might have a future in coaching, man.
I guess I'm good at the coach speak. Huh? There's 5 to shoot for Northwestern. Martinelli, same spot. Long on this one and tapped out to the Wildcats.
That's a better shot for Martinelli right there, but on the other end, you see there's the show. Jaden Reed has to tag. It's late shot clock, no reason. Wilkerson gonna knock it down. This time they go drop. And you leave Dorn that much space from the corner. At one point in the season, he was shooting 70% of corner threes.
A mercurial scorer as Reed gets to the paint and uses that quickness.
Yeah, and that's the guy for Northwestern. Him and Aronson Page been inconsistent this year, but when they're good, then Northwestern is good right there. Crafty move, little hesitation.
He's helped their tempo. He's come into an offense that's historically been slow before him.
Yeah, slow would be an understatement, but I'm from Wisconsin. I know a little bit about that. And yeah, he's done a great job for their pace and creating alternate opportunities.
Yeah, that would be tortoise against tortoise. As there's the foul. Dorn to the free throw line. You put your Wisconsin teams against some of the boo-booey Northwestern teams.
We win. That's all you need to know. It'd be slow. Yeah, it'd be slow. It'd be slow. Well, the Dick Bennett Wisconsin teams were slower than ours. I'll give a little disclaimer right there. But yeah, it wouldn't be rocket fuel.
Yeah, you'd all be playing the game with shells on your back. Nick Dorn puts down his first free throw. Dorn had 0 airspace against Purdue. They didn't even let him touch the ball beyond the three-point line most of that game.
Yeah, and Coach DeVries kind of mentioned that even though he didn't score and he hasn't scored much over his last 3-4 games, what he does on the floor, he still spreads it out because of that reason. He creates 4-on-4 situations. And someone like Connor Enright, who you want to beat you if you're the defense, gives him more space to finish around the rim, and he's a crafty guy. So Dorn is always a threat, even when he's not scoring.
Early indications look like it could be one of those nights he does score. 5 early points for Dorn and a 3-point Indiana lead. Here's Reed. Leaves it Martinelli. Floater is short, and it's an 0 for 3 start for Nick Martinelli.
And that's where he lives right there. And he has struggled as of late, only 41%, 15 feet and in.
DeVries on the drive, spun it out. And Angelo Cheravino with the late closeout to dissuade the 3. And he gets a look. And drives right back at DeVries. Leaves Martinelli his first basket.
There it is. That's his shot. That one from the corner. Again, over his last 5, only 41% from that range. But over the course of his career, that's probably a 60-70% shot for him. Great find from Cheravino.
Well, that's his hot spot from about 10 feet out. As Enright wildly into the lane and out of bounds. And it will be Wildcats basketball when you come back. Nick Dorn, the early jump for Indiana, 5 points. Hoosiers by 1.
It's Fox College Hoops Friday, and we've got a huge top 10 showdown.
Here we go.
Featuring 2 of the nation's biggest stars.
I hope you got your popcorn ready, folks.
Yaxel Lindeborg and third-ranked Michigan look to keep their dominant season rolling.
Can you believe this?
While freshman phenom Keaton Wagler and number 10 Illinois have their sights set on taking down one of the country's best.
Got it.
Fox College Hoops Friday tips off at 8 Eastern.
Well, here's how the first year for Darren DeVries has gone. They started 7-0 at Indiana, reached 22 in the bowl, lost 7 of the next 12. Against unranked teams, they've been very good. 16-4 against the top 25, 1-6. And that's one of the knocks on Indiana's resume right now is their work against quad 1 teams. That's why they find themselves, Jordan, just inside the bubble as an 11 seed.
Yeah, it'd be that 19 in, according to our own Mike DeCourcy. But against Tayton Connerway, of course, missed a couple of those games against quad 1 teams. He's dealt with some injuries. But another reason why this is a must-win for them. You don't want to have to rely on beating Michigan State and at Ohio State to get into the tournament, of course. And Minnesota is another tough challenge. They've been some giant killers as well this year.
Quad 1 chance on Sunday against Michigan State.
Yep.
And it feels like every year, at the end of the year, it's Indiana against Ohio State for a spot on the right side of the bubble.
It's a good tradition. Tradition unlike any other, right?
Well, nice cut for Sheravino. And Northwestern takes an early lead here on the road in Bloomington. So that's the deal for Indiana, trying to get into the NCAA tournament. And for Northwestern, trying to avoid the bottom 4 of the conference, which would mean playing on Tuesday in the Big Ten tournament. 3, Wilkerson splashes another.
Bar Wilkerson been tremendous in his first year in Bloomington. The best players in the conference. Talked to Coach DeVries. A lot of NBA teams really like him and what he can do. A lot of intangibles as well as that range. So fun to watch.
He said he thinks he's a guy that's going to stick around like 15 years in the NBA.
He's got that makeup. Again, you mix the defense, the IQ, with the ability to shoot it from the parking lot. Yeah, that's one you don't overthink if you're an NBA team.
5 to shoot for the Wildcats. Page backs his way in. Sheravino with 1. And can't connect. Sheravino kept it alive, but cleared by Wilkerson.
Page overread that. I think he was expecting a double there. He's got to play one-on-one. So talented, such a great passer and scorer. Sees a lot of doubles right there. Go get your money. Get a bucket.
And Tayton Connerway has it knocked out by Sheravino. There's a parking lot range.
Parking lot range. This time short. That's short distance for him from the corner, but good find by Reed Bailey. Indiana, 90% of their three-pointers are assisted.
There's the parking spot next door to you.
That was definitely was.
A rolling Reed Bailey, and he heads to the line. He had the shortest guy on the floor pinned down there, Jaden Reed.
Yeah, Jaden Reed on the backside right there. Again, Northwestern choosing to go hedge or up at the level of the screen, which puts a lot of pressure on that backside low man. We got a 5'11", 6-foot guy back down there. Great read by Wilkerson. Easy decision. Reed Bailey got to get 3 out of that.
They'll try to settle for 1. Interesting front court matchup tonight, Jordan, because this is a Northwestern team and an Indiana team. When they see size, they've struggled. It's small front line against small front line in this game.
Yeah, they had a stretch there towards the beginning of conference play, end of non-con, where it seemed they were getting together on the glass, and then it just kind of fell apart. But yeah, we knew that was going to be a challenge for them all year long. Not a lot of size, not the ability to play Sam Alexis and Reed Bailey together. I think Coach DeVries is worried about that foul trouble and depth there.
And DeVries called for his first foul. With that in mind, the tallest player that you'll see in this game is Page, who they just went to on the low block.
Yeah, you see his adjustment too right there. First he passes, that time the double doesn't come. Takes his time and gets a generous foul call, I think, but that's him putting pressure on the defense with that big body on DeVries.
Similar spot, different defender. It's Bailey that checks him and gets the stop, but it does stay down here, so not the full stop.
Not the full stop, got to finish possession. Right on cue. We're just talking about the rebounding issues that they have at times. And Nick Martinelli winning that battle against DeVries. Arrington Page thought there was Indiana ball too, though.
Well, he was turned around and was just as surprised as the crowd. He said it was his ball. He's back on the attack and the reverse. Second chance, he puts home 2.
Listen, when you're that good, you know how to adjust. Saw the first one, didn't quite convert. But again, saw the double early. They're going to leave him in single coverage. He can have a big game.
Indiana just, here's Wilkerson and his third 3 already.
Another one from the corner, same exact action. We asked Coach DeVries, do you like going back to the same play when your guys are getting it going? He said, no, he likes to mix it up because the defense adjusts. But right now, Northwestern getting stuck in the same coverage.
4 threes in this first half, 3 of them from Wilkerson for Indiana. Page goes back to work. My goodness.
Looking like a young Connor Onion out there. It's a tough little fadeaway from the corner.
What tape you been watching?
You know, it's a high school 6th grade Connor Onion tape. I heard you had a lot in your bag. It's so tough right there for Page.
I did hit puberty at 12. Knocked out to Indiana. Wilkerson at 3, and then Page smacked him back with a fadeaway 2.
There you see Clayton has to hold right there because of the hard rim run. And on the other end, again, single coverage. Arrington Page says, let me get my little Kobe bag real quick. A little bump, fade. Tough from the big man.
You said it. For him to be good, that gives Northwestern a chance wherever they go.
He is one of the most talented players in the Big Ten. Unfortunately for Northwestern, just doesn't have the consistency there, but sheer talent, skill, he's got it.
Oh, he cannot be tamed. Lamar Wilkerson.
Lamar Wilkerson again picks a different parking spot, goes to the other corner, knocks it down. A little good fortune. Northwestern had the steal. Indiana stays with it.
Is it going to be one of those nights for Wilkerson? And that's a travel for West. Wilkerson has the Assembly Hall record with that 44-point game earlier this year. He has 4 threes already.
Yeah, it's getting hot early. He's getting it going, and we might see a show here in Bloomington tonight. Indiana rolling early.
Powered by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. All Big Ten guard Jordan Taylor. I'm Connor Onion. Lamar Wilkerson making a major case for first or second team All Big Ten once again with his start tonight.
Yeah, definitely the first team tonight. And it's really been simple for him. It's been his teammates making the plays. 5 assists on 5 threes for Indiana. 4 of those for Wilkerson. It's been Connor Enright. It's been Reed Bailey. And Northwestern is going to have to adjust their coverage because you cannot help off of that man that far. Simple.
One of 3 guys in D1 with multiple 40-plus point games. David Coit at Maryland did that in non-conference and has done it a couple of times since then. That's been a real problem for Northwestern. They just had it in their last game where they gave up 39 points in that game against Maryland against their freshman guard, and then they did it against Bennett Sturts against Iowa, and there's Wilkerson staying perfect.
And that's the problem when you let him get going early. He's really good at getting downhill too. We know him as a 3-point shooter, but that is a strength. Just comes off the simple stagger or pin down. The chase is late, uses that big body to get to the rim.
So 14 for Wilkerson. And 6 days ago, it was Andre Mills dropping 39 on Northwestern. Here's a 3 for Singleton that's short. And he followed his own. And Sheravino crashes in there and keeps it alive. And slipping and sliding through the half court this trip down. Northwestern back on it. And Singleton is fouled.
Good recognition right there by Singleton. A lot of mismatches on the loose ball, on the scramble, cross matches. Tatum Conaway ends up with Singleton. Heads up play by the freshman. Just go bury the little fella under the rim. Got to pass him big like Page. Great job.
Page had the 2 hits before the timeout. And into the post for Martinelli, and that is an offensive foul.
Martinelli just takes out the chicken wing and knocks DeVries over. I don't know if he knows his own strength or doesn't know his own strength, or if DeVries is a good actor. Maybe a little bit of both right there, but that was definitely an offensive foul. Might have got away with hooking right there, too. Good fight by DeVries down there against Martinelli.
What do you think? Seeing it again.
Oh, yeah, great call.
Good call?
Yeah, absolutely.
And DeVries takes the charge and then takes charge with a 3.
And this is going to be a challenge. Northwestern 15th in the conference defending the 3-point line. Right now, just not doing a good job staying attached to shooters on chases. And in the ball screen, not doing a good job at rotating, helping on the backside.
Page goes flying. Darren DeVries wanted to travel. They say play on. Martinelli can't flip it home. 10-point Indiana lead. led by Wilkerson's 14 points. DeVries wanted the first one, and the second one's a miss.
Man, that was a shock to see Tucker DeVries not shoot the first one. Maybe just needed to get a rhythm, get the ball in control. It took a difficult shot.
Martinelli fills the lane and does one of the things he does best, get to the free throw line.
And great feed there from Jake West, 7 assists his last game. You see on the other end, you talk about not staying connected. Right there, Singleton goes to the body, expecting Page to switch. Page stays in the drop, so miscommunication, poor defense. That's going to get you beat all night long. On the other end, Jake West is a kid from Philly in Chicago. Northwestern Wildcat fans should be excited about him. Jake West is a kid from Philly in Chicago. Northwestern Wildcat fans should be excited about him.
They hope he's the second wave after Martinelli moved on a night where Northwestern knows they have to defend the three-point line. They've given up 6, 10 minutes into this game. And no free fries.
No free fries, to the dismay of everybody in here. I would like some free fries, man. Martinelli knocks it down.
That's why you heard a little murmur throughout the building. Second missed free throw by the opponent would have been free fries. And Indiana 6 of 9 from out deep. That's the recipe for them. Hit threes, they win. Making over 10 per game on the season. Getting late. And right with 4 on the clock. Gives it up. Alexis, little runner.
And right there, that's the effect of having shooters on the backside. This time, Northwestern could have helped more. It was Sicily back there. But you're been accustomed to having a shooter. You don't help as much. Nice little floater from Alexis.
3, West knocks it down.
What you love about Jake West, shooting 37% over his last 5. Wilkerson just goes under, takes the freshman for granted. Says, hold on, man. I got this. Don't take me for granted. I'll knock this down.
He has taken his hits, playing some of the best point guards in the country. 3 ball is there again. Josiah Miles gets in on the first half barrage.
Only 21% from 3, but again, they leave that corner open. That short roll is going to be open if they're at the level. They have to rotate from that top guy on the weak side to help the bottom guy and help position.
Those rotations have been just a little bit late several times, and Martinelli back to work for the Wildcats.
Nick Martinelli is like an Energizer bunny, man. Even when he's struggling from the field, he just does not stop. Always in attack mode, getting to that left hand.
We saw it late in that Michigan game that you called a few weeks ago. Started to turn that corner again. Alexis slides out of bounds.
Northwestern adjusts right there. Go to a switch, and you see Jake West. Wilkerson goes under. And then there it is. Up at the level, you got Sheravino's got to help. Great recognition, hit the next man. Great read from Alexis. Miles knocks it down. And you see on that last possession there, Northwestern forces a turnover. They elect to switch as opposed to trying to stop the ball with 2 and being in rotation.
Is that the play the rest of the way?
Yeah, definitely. I think
switching?
It's switching, or you have to rotate from the low man's in position every time for Northwestern. That's good discipline. But the top guy has to X out, and you have to get into full rotation, or just switch. Yeah, multiple options, but you just can't leave that corner 3 wide open the whole game.
Sheravino didn't put it up. Back to Reed with 9 to shoot. Northwestern chasing 9. Reed with 4. Reed still can't get one up. Now he does. No rim. And that'll end the trip on a shot clock violation. Well, the Indiana Hoosiers, known for their three-point shooting, showing why in this first half, up by 9.
Nuggets. Always been Tyson.
Pick and roll masterclass from Indiana right here, but Northwestern has to adjust. Look at Jaden Reed, number 4, Angelo Sheravino, excuse me. These guys have to work in tandem. As Connor Enright comes off this screen right here, Sheravino's in position. Jaden Reed has to rotate down to that corner. That's an impossible ask for Sheravino to get back to Miles right there. However, part of the reason that Reed didn't leave is because he's guarding Lamar Wilkerson, and Josiah Miles is a 21% three-point shooter. But Northwestern's kept that coverage regardless of who's in that corner. They went to the switch earlier, Connor. They're going to have to continue to mix it up. Otherwise, Indiana is going to have target practice all night long.
Well, the good news for Northwestern is that Wilkerson's on the bench, at least for a little bit.
Might have been the best thing that happened to him all night, but that is short-lived. And Indiana has a ton of shooters. You talked about Nick Dorn. Nick Dorn and Tucker DeVries very similar, and Wilkerson as well.
That's what Conaway does best, gets to the paint.
That's been, to me, the X factor all year for Indiana. His lack of health at times has hurt them because of the shooting they have. You see how wide open the paint is. Look, everybody is attached to their man. Nobody's helping. That's also an impossible, a very tough ask for 5'11" Jaden Reed to stay in front of the dynamic Tatum Conaway.
And Conaway was dealing with a bad ankle that kept him out a little bit and limited his minutes. But if you're going to take a bright spot, I know for Indiana fans you don't want a lot of optimism talk after how Friday went, but if there is a takeaway that's positive, Conaway was one of them.
Yeah, the way he moves, he's so light, so airy on his feet. When you have a lower body injury, it's debilitating for a guy like that. So for him to be healthy, when they get in a tournament, they could give teams some problems the way they shoot it.
West steps back and got his second three of the night.
Jake West came to play. Nice little slide. Fly by, slide left, knock it down. Northwestern's done a great job sharing the basketball as well as of late. 20 assists on 25 baskets against Maryland.
10 assists on 10 made field goals tonight for Indiana. And a hot shooting first half. 20 seconds of shot clock gone. Conaway sizing up Martinelli. Back on the attack and erased by Singleton, but counted. Goaltending the call.
That's a perfect example of Conaway right there. You see the flip, just the way he moves, so light, so crafty. Just gets it to the rim and Singleton goaltends. And then on the other end, Connor Enright, same side help. Taking the youngster for granted again. A little mistake from Enright. He makes him pay.
Jake West, all Big Ten in his future?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, he stays 4 years. Definitely. The way he's progressed early, he's a quick learner. He can shoot it. He can pass it. From Philly, you know he's not scared of nothing.
Well, one of the three freshmen in the starting lineup for Northwestern. And Sheravino, another young guy. The sophomore is springy.
Yes, sir. Angelo Sheravino, as he expands his game to three, he's going to be a handful as well. 65% of his shots at the rim. Great athlete, great finish right there.
Another three for Indiana. This one from Dorn.
And it rains, it pours right there. Conaway with the great read. Angelo Sheravino fell asleep for just a second. Gets it out of his hands quick.
8 of 11 from outside for the Hoosiers in this first half.
Not bad.
No, it's not at all. Usually when they hit 8+, that's the territory where they're winning a high percentage of their games, and there's a travel. And Indiana already at 8 threes in this game.
Clayton 6 threes in his last game. Conaway closes out. See right there, you got to show bodies to Martinelli. Got to stay down on Sheravino right there. He's not a three-point shooter. On the other end, it's still middle ball screen. Sheravino was going to that low man spot again. Indiana makes him pay again.
Darren DeVries said that any day now, Nick Dorn's going to start hitting threes again. Today's that day.
Yeah. Can't keep a good man down long. Nick Dorn, dynamic scorer.
Bailey is fouled. This will be on the ground. It's the 5th team foul against Northwestern, so no foul shots. Sheravino's first. And you see Chris Collins on the Northwestern sideline right now, trying to get his guys, the right guys on the floor first. Sheravino had to check out. So a reminder of who the shooters are. DeVries into Page and can't get it past that.
Great help defense by Arrington Page.
West, foot on the gas, is fouled. Lamar Wilkerson is saying, review it. Can't review a foul.
That's the problem with the new challenge rule right there. None of the players actually know them, so they're always asking for them.
You were talking about his NBA future at the next level.
Next level, yeah. Give it a couple months, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. See Jake West right there again. Goes toe-to-toe with Tucker DeVries on the block. She's talking about he's a tough kid and then gets downhill, draws the foul.
You know, the hope is for Northwestern with Jake West, who is on this drive. Wilkerson saying that he got it clean. The hope is that he can be the next in line of guys like Bryant McIntosh, who's a 4-year starter at point guard, now on the staff, from Greensburg, Indiana, from Northwestern. And then Boo Buie after that of guys that play the position for a long time.
Well, I played with Juice Thompson, another one of those 4-year starters.
Yeah.
Long line of really good guards at Northwestern. Jake West seems to be up next. I tell you, Lamar Wilkerson, a couple months from now, he'd have a case on that one right there. I don't know if he got it.
Alexis with a hard drive.
Northwestern goes back show that time. Wilkerson doesn't even take a dribble. Alexis heads up play, just slips out of the screen. Northwestern not in position that time. He's the finish.
Another stretch here where Indiana can't miss. They have their biggest lead of the night and have made 6 straight field goals. Singleton finds his spot and connects.
Singleton getting his Penny Hardaway bag right there. A little half spin, keep it on the deck. Step back, knock it down. We're watching old school highlights from the youngster.
Say, get some pinstripes on him.
Yeah.
Could have told me that was Penny.
Well, good player, but let's wait a couple years.
You said it. You said it. 3, Wilkerson, his first miss. And Page and Singleton, a little friendly fire. Into the post, Martinelli the spin and the discard of DeVries.
I love that right there from Jake West. Really minuscule detail, but the youngster right side of the floor, left hand entry pass to the outside hand to Martinelli. Perfect delivery, and Martinelli goes over that right shoulder, left hand. That's just good old school basketball, if you will, but you gotta love the details.
Hard pass to Master.
Yeah.
Alexis puts it down. Well, that's what I thought you were implying. Right?
Yeah.
Hard angle. Oh, yeah, all that.
Yeah. It's hard pass. Definitely a hard pass to Master. But it's really more of a good feel. It's not something you really work on. That's just a feel for the game. And again, that speaks to Jake West's future and kind of his IQ and skill set.
Reed, tough 2. And DeVries had the contest for Indiana. Wilkerson into the body of Singleton. Kid from Jefferson, Indiana, Singleton sticking right with the Hoosiers' top scorer. And an offensive foul on Alexis, who's had a perfect first half from the floor with 6 points. That's his first foul.
Great job by Martinelli to fight over that screen. And here's on the other end, Penny. Little Penny, knock it down with a little step back. And there's the left-hand entry right there from Jake West. Northwestern down, but they look all right.
Rob Snow with you, and coming up on the Ram Trucks halftime report, Duke is already wearing that #1 ranking with some swagger. Can Kentucky end a 3-game skid, and how will Texas Tech establish a new identity without JT Toppin? Connor, Jordan, we'll see you at the break.
All right, thank you, Rob. St. John's, 13 straight wins. Duke, who you guys were just talking about, and then life in the Big 12. Houston has been on the end of 3 consecutive losses, but that Duke-Michigan game that other night, I know that had the attention of former Duke Blue Devil, who's on the Northwestern sideline today, Chris Collins. He recruited John Shire, and man, those guys are playing well, huh?
Yeah, they look really good. Only team this year I've really seen match Michigan's physicality in that manner. Scott lost against Wisconsin. Obviously, they hit a ton of threes and stretched out the Michigan defense, but boy, they look like they were primed to go toe-to-toe with Michigan from a physical standpoint.
Got a feeling we'll see a rematch at some point.
I would love it. Wouldn't want anything more. I'm sure Michigan, too.
It would have to happen in April, the way both teams are going. Cheravino, little ball fake, and 2 more.
ATO after timeout right there. You put the big man, Arrington Page, great passer. Run a down screen. Martinelli got to stay attached and just get a good curl from Cheravino.
Another fine for Enright to Alexis. 8 first half points.
Double high ball screen. Indiana loves. They put DeVries first. Northwestern switches and then gets confused on the backside with Page and Singleton.
Looks like they've been caught in between on defense a bunch.
Yeah, Indiana's a tough team to guard because of the shooters. You have to stay home, and you know they have so much misdirection. Northwestern having a really hard time.
It's off Wilkerson. It stays with Northwestern.
Talked to Coach DeVries today about how many sets he had. You want another another review right there. I don't think they're going to get. But we talked to Coach DeVries this morning about how many sets they had. And he says they don't run them all, but a lot of them are just variations. And when you've been here long enough now, it's just read and react makes it hard to guard.
Well, I said 100 or more. Singleton bangs in, and Darren DeVries just points to the sky. He goes, "Oh, keep going, keep going." More than 100 sets.
He mentioned where he came from. And he's talking about Coach McDermott. See right there again. You got the early switch. Singleton caught looking around, get fined by Enright. And then on the other end, there's the curl from Cheravino. Arrington Page, talk about his talent. We saw the fadeaway on the baseline early right there, showing off the passing ability.
Trey Singleton with one more coming. You know, Jordan, being from Jeffersonville, Indiana, which is about 2 hours south of here, just north of Louisville, about 20 people have Singleton on their back tonight in the crowd here at Assembly Hall. Like I said, it was hard getting the pass list together for all the people that were coming up.
We had people walking behind us before the game when he was warming up, giving them encouragement. Always fun to see. Always good to have the family in attendance.
Remember A.J. Moye in Indiana? He was on the 02 national runner-up team. He was actually the athletic director when Singleton was in high school at Jeffersonville High School. And still is. He's here tonight. And there's a rebound for Page. I would assume cheering for Indiana, but also cheering for Singleton. A.J. Moye.
He does have on an Indiana football jersey. I don't know if anybody told him. It's been 2 months or so now, a month now, you know.
Right.
Obviously that pride gonna stay. That's cool. You're like an almanac, man. I don't know how you knew that. That's a good one.
Staff directories, big help. Here's Martinelli. No. Offensive rebound for the Indiana native Singleton. And the tie-up will keep it with his Wildcats. Some football pads might have been good, not just the football jersey for that dog pile.
A.J. Moye was a physical guy, so he loves to see that physical play. And Trey Singleton, he's at his best when he's physical. Against Michigan, 3 offensive rebounds in that game. The foul trouble for him was actually what slowed Northwestern down in a way. He's also got a bright future here in Evanston.
And a turnover. Northwestern, one of the best teams in the country, protecting the ball. And it turns into a miss from 3. But no finish as Page punches the stanchion. And you can understand why Northwestern has struggled to stop Indiana from 3. They finally get one. It's Indiana ball anyway.
Can't corral the rebound. 5 turnovers as well. You mentioned Northwestern's proclivity for taking care of the ball.
Back-to-back misses for Wilkerson. 5-second difference game and shot clock. After Northwestern just got away with a good look for Wilkerson, who has 14 points in the half and almost had the steal. And Chris Collins is hot, and he'll use it or lose a timeout.
Coach Collins calling for timeout right there at Angelo Cheravino. I think he thought he was the ref or just really upset right there.
Frustration all around on that sequence. The fastest racing on earth returns to Fox. Alex Pillow, Joseph Newgarden, and Pato Ward lead the way as the 2026 IndyCar season launches in St. Pete Sunday at noon Eastern, live on Fox. And of course, the race will be here in May up at IMS in Speedway, Indiana. You ever been?
I have not. I would love to go. Have you?
This would be the year. Come on. I've been a couple times, Jeff.
You got
great
tickets for
time.
me?
I don't.
You
I don't.
You're going to invite me with no tickets. That's crazy.
I mean,
You're Connor Onion, man. Let's pull some strings.
so I have a fadeaway jumper and access to tickets.
Listen, you are all-purpose guy. All-purpose guy.
I don't have that purpose, sorry.
Great commentator, fadeaway jumpers, man.
All right, the Northwestern huddle looked a little hot. What do you think was said?
Take care of the basketball. Angelo Cheravino, just a really simple almost turnover there. Had the turnover before. They're going to have any chance. They got to get stops, but that starts on the offensive end. Can't give up easy runouts to Indiana.
The shot clock on at the end of the half. 3-second difference. West goes to work. He bangs in on Enright and turns it over.
Right on cue. Hey, Coach Collins, you're frustrated. right there with the turnover. However, you love the physicality from Jake West trying to get downhill. Just couldn't hang on to it.
So use it or lose it timeout for Indiana, where Darren DeVries will get to use one of those hundreds of sets he was telling us about this morning.
Let's see what he cooks up. Taden Connerway going to check back into this game. And this is the advantage of Indiana. You spread the floor out here. You get the ball in Connerway's hands and pretty much allow him to play in space. And Northwestern helps off one of those shooters. You find them. Otherwise, Taden Connerway is going to be playing one-on-one in space with one of these Northwestern defenders. Set a high ball screen right around the half-court line.
When you've been talking a lot about Northwestern, do you switch? Do you not? Do you stay glued? What do you do here?
You're going to have to switch. If Indiana's going to come out and set a high screen, they love these situations late in the half court. Normally it'll be Tucker DeVries setting the screen around the three-point line, around the elbow, and if they get a switch, they'll throw it to DeVries. Otherwise, allow Connerway to play. But with so much space, you want to set it a little bit higher, 6 seconds, get Connerway coming downhill, potentially Wilkerson as well. He's capable of that also.
DeVries to inbound it. Connerway twisting toward the ball, and Wilkerson gets it. 5 to go to the half. Wilkerson, fadeaway 3 is an air ball, and Northwestern will have 1.1 to get another shot up.
Yeah, it's interesting right there. Put it on the left side of the floor. I think you keep that in the middle of the floor with more space.
One last heave, Cheravino just off. So Lamar Wilkerson started 5 of 5. Then Northwestern tightened up a little bit. 0 for 3 since then, but 14 first half points for the second leading scorer in the Big Ten. Outdueling the leading scorer in the Big Ten, Nick Martinelli, who has 7. And Northwestern and Indiana, 42-33 to the half. Ram Trucks halftime report coming up.
And we built our TimberTech deck.
There's a question if we were able to do this ourselves. We just decided to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the hardest part of the whole project was just getting the materials out of the truck.
We wanted a product that looked like real wood, but maybe didn't have the same wear and tear as real wood. This is our forever home, so it's great to have TimberTech and have the longevity of the product.
It looks amazing, and now the family can enjoy it for years to come. That's one of the things that we're so excited about.
Take a look at our stat comparison powered by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. Lamar Wilkerson had 14 points in the first half, including half of those threes that you see up on the screen for Indiana. 8 of 16. That's been the formula when Indiana has won this year. They shoot a lot, make a lot, take a lot, and they did that in the first half. Jordan Taylor, Connor Runyon. So everything's lining up for a game you called must-win for Indiana. A lot of people agreed. They're halfway home.
You were one of those people as well. And, yeah, they came out great in the first half, executing, knocking down shots. But it was really how they were getting to those shots. We didn't give enough credit to the passing as well. You see that rocket right there from Connor Enright across court. And then you see it's Taden Connerway, same type of deal. Right there, Northwestern just doesn't chase hard, but a good little screen. And then getting in the pocket, just nifty pass by Connerway. So didn't give enough credit to the passers, the delivery from the Indiana Hoosiers in that first half. And talk about Northwestern's defense, they definitely need more hand activity in the second half.
And the third most points that Northwestern has given up in a first half in a Big Ten game this year. Wisconsin and Illinois put up a big number on them. And Indiana puts up 42 through the first 20 minutes.
You can tell immediately Chris Collins was on Northwestern about physicality. You see Jaden Reed picking up the ball right out of halftime, clapping, trying to get physical at the point of attack.
Enright wraps a pass to Alexis, who had a good first half scoring, and it carries on into double digits with 10 points.
Yeah, great reaction right there from Alexis. Good find from Enright again, but Alexis took that dribble, kind of crab dribble, gathered. Singleton didn't back down, but Alexis felt that physicality and played through it.
It was 777's offense for Northwestern in the first half. West, Martinelli, Singleton, all with 7 points, tied for the team lead. Behind by 11. Martinelli almost lost that pivot. Now Reed late in the shot clock. Does he see it? He does. Can't convert. Martinelli cleans it up.
Indiana been awfully jumpy at these Northwestern shot fakes throughout this game. Not a great three-point shooting team. But right there, it's a good defensive possession despite that, but can't clean it up on the defensive glass.
Taken away, a 3-on-1. Martinelli with back-to-back makes and an acrobatic one.
He can get to that left hand. He can get it done. But there it is again, that physicality. Trey Singleton shoots the gap, but he stayed attached first and then shot the gap as opposed to not being attached, which allowed him to get that steal.
Martinelli always finds himself in weird positions, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he always finds a way to make those shots as well. It's uncanny.
Wilkerson had the hot start. He's missed his last 4 from 3 after a 4-for-4 start. And Singleton head down drive draws the foul.
That's what Trey Singleton does really well right there. In transition, throws it behind, gets downhill with plenty of space. See Martinelli in that physicality on the offensive end, and then you see Singleton fight through that screen, forcing the turnover. Easy buckets for Nick Martinelli is a great sight for him and a relief. All of his buckets are generally pretty tough.
Martinelli denied by DeVries, who has something to say about it too.
Yeah, that's outstanding defense from Tucker DeVries. Got that block from Martinelli's hip. Martinelli is incensed, thought that was a foul. Probably had a case right there.
And Page off the catch. It dances down to Martinelli, who's been a beast on the offensive glass in this half. And he has something to say right back to DeVries, who's crumpled up after taking the shot. Oh, it is getting noisy between those two.
Nick Martinelli, Glenview, Illinois. Tough as they come. Tucker DeVries got one of those in the first half. I like that no call there. Martinelli definitely put his shoulder into him, but I think DeVries tried to sell it right there. Glad he's okay on his feet, but nasty little spill. Let him play. It's getting physical. Let the boys play. In the words of the great Denzel Washington, remember the Titans.
Don't let him get another yard. I think that's what Chris Collins said at halftime.
Absolutely, and you can see it with the way they're playing.
Well, Northwestern has it back to a 5-point game on this 6-0 run. DeVries just took the shot. He finds Wilkerson, or Dorn, excuse me, who misses the 3. And Northwestern back in the ball on a 6-0 run.
Northwestern much more connected defensively here. Great flare screen. Arrington Page helps his teammate out.
More physicality from Martinelli. He's got a chance to cut it to 3 here.
We saw in the first half stat, largest lead was 13. Northwestern finished that half with the 4-0 run. And they've continued into this half, opening up 7-2 here, or excuse me, 6-2 early, chance to make it 8-2, but it is the physicality, picking up full, communicating on screen, showing bodies, rotating, helping each other. Didn't see that in the first half. It was a lot of single tags, easy passes for Indiana. And Northwestern changing up the game plan here and bringing it to Indiana.
And it's been on the shoulders of the Big Ten leading scorer, Martinelli, who makes both free throws. Indiana, the first 2 points of the half, the last 8 to Northwestern. As you mentioned, Jordan, the biggest lead, 13. That has been cut down in a hurry for the Wildcats. And DeVries shot fake. Page stays right with him. And Connerway on the attack. Good step. Ball buzzing around. Wilkerson can't stop the run.
That's twice in a row that Indiana has sent great player screens to shooters. Earlier in the first half, Arrington Page a little lazy, not getting out to him. 2 times in a row, he's covered up for his teammates, forced another rotation, forced Indiana to get inside 2 where they shoot a high percentage, but they're contesting those. That's what Northwestern does, 6 in the conference in block percentage.
And now can Indiana get a stop? They do. Finished by Connerway. Since that opening bucket of this half, almost 3 minutes without points for Indiana. DeVries wide open, stops the 6-0 run.
Northwestern, a little fatigue sets in right there. The communication, they get lost on the backside, all eyes on the ball, and Connerway makes a great read, extra pass. Northwestern loses Tucker DeVries.
been quiet night for DeVries, scoring before that, just the 3 first-half points. And he doubles it up, and now Connerway called for the foul.
Tucker DeVries. Honestly, Indiana best when he's passing the ball as well. But we know what he can do. Corner pocket, leave him open, load it up. Indiana up 6 early second half.
IndyCar is back on 5.
One of the best conferences in all of college basketball, and the committee recognized that with their top 16 reveal over the weekend, with those teams you see across the top line all inside that top 16. Indiana, the last team in the projected field, according to Mike DeCourcy, as of this morning.
Yeah, Wisconsin making some headway there. They were 9 seed all year, moving up to 7. Obviously, Michigan firm on that 1 line, assuming there's no late season hiccups. But Nebraska, the most interesting for me, the ground they can make up late in the year and try and get back on that 2 potentially with a good Big Ten tournament. Be big for them, especially with some of their waning depth problems.
You'll see them later this week. They have a big game to close out the regular season on Fox against Iowa. As Indiana comes up with a stop after Northwestern went on an 8-0 run. Tucker DeVries hit a 3 to stop it before the timeout.
Right there, Martinelli looking for a little too much contact right there. Just go finish.
And here is DeVries, erased by Page.
Page showing another one of his skill sets, rim protection.
Singleton streaks in, he has it denied. Bailey bats it away, but West got a clean look that was short.
Yeah, West wants that one back, good look. Again, 37% over the last 5, 2 or 3 last game. He can shoot it. Missed opportunity for Northwestern.
Jordan has already hit a couple of tonight. 2 of 3 before that miss. DeVries got the rebound. Connerway lets it rip, and he got one.
Not his strength, 27% from 3. Right thing by Northwestern, close out short. Connerway can knock that down. A couple of threes as Indiana staving off this Northwestern run.
If Connerway is hitting them, you're in real trouble trying to stop Indiana.
Yeah, well, if he's hitting them, but again, you want to live like that. 27%, that's something that you'll tip your hat if he's knocking them down.
10 threes as a team tonight for the Hoosiers. And West drives in.
Reed Bailey blocked that into the basket. But again, closing out hard to Jake West. He can shoot it. But one of those things, you can't just give a straight line drive to the basket if you're Indiana.
With the old own goal from Reed Bailey. He makes it a 7-point game. Indiana 50%. From 3 tonight, and Connerway, after his outside hit, finds 2.
Same thing right there. Trey Singleton, both feet above the 3-point line, guarding Tate Connerway. He hit one. He's got the speed advantage. Back off, give him a step. Heads up play by Connerway. He's crafty around that rim.
Prove he can do it again.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He has 10 points. Connerway does. Back-to-back good scoring games for him. Page sees a double. He wheels out of there against Bailey. Right back to work. Reed got him set. And jitters his way into the lane. And a good defensive trip for Indiana.
Yeah, great pass by Page. Reed's got to shoot that first 3.
The Hoosier fans on their feet for the first time tonight. West almost. He said he didn't touch it. It just went clean into the backcourt. Not the call. West right in the pocket of Wilkerson again. 3 to get one up. Dorn, and he stepped on the sideline.
Fantastic defensive possession from Jake West. Playing the passing lane, forces an errant pass, and then cuts off Wilkerson. But on the other end, you see it right there. Connerway knocks it down, and then again, closing out fast. You said own goal right there. In America, that's all right. You know, once in a while. Europe, that might not. It might be a little incensed over there.
Not the World Cup this summer. It's not going to be all right. U.S. men's national team's not standing for that.
Well, they're gonna have a tall task before they worry about a own goal.
Reed Bailey's not playing for them. It's okay.
He might play. Put him in that goalie, man. 6'9", cover up the whole net.
Martinelli couldn't get a grip on the pass from West. Turnover, Northwestern.
Reed Bailey got away with a little shove right there. Again, we talked earlier that great delivery from West with the left hand early in the first half. That one just a little too much. Got to throw it to that outside left hand of Martinelli.
6 turnovers for Northwestern. That was their first of the half. A team that's in the top 5 in basketball and not turning it over. Breeze heavy. Dorn in pursuit and back to the Wildcats.
We got to give credit to Jaden Reed right there defensively. He pressed Taden Conaway, played the passing lane aggressively, forced him out towards half court. As soon as he caught it, started backing up to the three-point line to force him to shoot, which allowed the Northwestern defenders to stay closer to their man, can close out to shooters. Tucker DeVries shoots a bomb contested. Great job by Jaden Reed following Jake West from the possession before.
Lesson learned from that drive that Conaway had.
1,000%. Great adjustment in real time by both the freshman and Reed, who's played a ton of college basketball.
This Northwestern team, the last couple of games, has turned up their defense. The turning point they felt against Michigan, when at this point in the game, they were close.
This point in the game against Michigan, they were up 11, and a hook and hold call turned that game around.
Martinelli floats one home.
That's been Northwestern's bread and butter for years right there. Single high screen, put it in the pocket, let Martinelli get to that flipper.
Back-to-back years, he's led the Big Ten in scoring. 17 tonight for Martinelli, who averages 22. And a triple team came, and Northwestern forces another turnover. A good beginning to this final 12-minute stretch for the Wildcats. They have run out of gas the past few games. And West, his third three.
Confidence grows every single day for Jake West. We saw him play so well against Michigan. Got a little jittery in the second half. He keeps getting better and better. You see right there, it's that pocket pass to Martinelli. A little flip shot that we've grown to know and love. And then cutting it to 3 right here. Jake West, Philly Bull, got Northwestern within 4.
It's Fox College Hoops Friday, and we've got a huge top 10 showdown.
Here we go.
Featuring 2 of the nation's biggest stars.
I hope you got your popcorn ready, folks.
Yaxel Lindeborg and third-ranked Michigan look to keep their dominant season rolling.
Can you believe this?
While freshman phenom Keaton Wagler and number 10 Illinois have their sights set on taking down one of the country's best.
Got it.
Fox College Hoops Friday tips off at 8 Eastern.
Pato Award was born with his foot on the gas.
With Jordan Taylor, the All-Big Ten guard, Connor Onion at Assembly Hall. So this is the line of demarcation for Northwestern lately. They led Michigan by 11 at this point. Lost that game, outscored by 23. They were up by 1 against Nebraska. Final 12 minutes, outscored by 21. They made an improvement last game. Tonight, they're +5 since we hit under 12.
Yeah, and it's been in big part early on because of the physicality in the second half. Generally winning the rebounding battle 9-4, 10 points in the paint after none in the first half, or excuse me, 14 in the first half, and they got 10 second chance points. 6 of those in the second half.
Big story for Indiana has been their rebounding and the lack of it the last couple of games especially. -7 tonight. They've let Northwestern hang around. Alexis back to the basket for 2.
Sam Alexis, his patience around that basket in this second half has been outstanding. Right there, he knows the double's coming, got his eyes up, gets close enough to the basket. By the time he spins, defense is too late.
This has looked like the Oregon and Wisconsin version of Sam Alexis.
Yes, it
One
has.
of those 2 good scoring games.
Yes, it has.
Cherovino, all net but the wrong kind.
Yeah, really good defensive, really good game plan discipline.
The Wildcats have beaten the Hoosiers 5 times in a row. Indiana needs it for their tournament resume.
It's Fox College Hoops Friday, and we've got a huge top
got a huge top 10 showdown on Fox College Hoops as Yaxel Lendeborg and third-ranked Michigan look to keep their dominant season rolling against freshman phenom Keaton Wagler and number 10 Illinois. Friday night at 8 Eastern, only on Fox. Those will be first-round picks in the NBA draft that you're watching on Friday night. Nick Martinelli, the Big Ten's leading scorer, has 10 points since halftime, 17 overall in the game.
Yeah, a lot of those second chance points and easy buckets, which is stupendous for the great scorer, Nick Martinelli. And you talk about Lamar Wilkerson and what he can bring to the next level. But Nick Martinelli's another guy who I know he doesn't shoot the three spectacular, shooting 43% this year. But what he can bring from an intangible standpoint, similar to his teammate last year, Brooks Barnheiser, can help an NBA club. So it'll be fun to watch him after college.
Brooks Barnheiser now with the Oklahoma City Thunder and has had some good run with the reigning NBA champions.
Yes, he has. He's a 6'6", he's a good basketball player, can defend, mid-range. That's what's valued down there in OKC, and you see what that has done for their franchise.
From Northwestern to OKC for Barnheiser, there's a little one-footer for DeVries.
So tough for Tucker DeVries. That's his shot right there. Slight bump, use that big frame, fade. So skilled.
The biggest lead for Indiana was 13. That was back in the first half. And Northwestern has outscored Indiana by 1 since halftime and has stayed in touch. Into the post, Martinelli, tough catch, and DeVries tramples him. Yeah, those two have some history in this game, and a little look back from Martinelli to DeVries.
DeVries does the right thing, coming over to help Enright with the mismatch. He's got Singleton. He just comes over and knocks Martinelli down, circles him, and then you see that pretty fade again from DeVries.
Two big-bodied, hot-shooting wings. And Page is fouled. Aronson Page, the foul line.
The two big-bodied 5-men, 4 or 5 men right there. Page doing his best Sam Alexa suppression, taking his time in the block. No double comes. Spins off of Alexa's physicality, gets under the rim. Aronson Page, man, is so fun to watch. That 4 and 4 is not indicative of his impact. He's done a great job defensively in this second half. He's a great passer. Again, to go back to that Michigan game, he only had 11 points, but he was fantastic. In the Nebraska game, he had 3 assists, had about 5 hockey assists. Really an X factor for this Northwestern team when he can play at a high level. Just needs to be consistent.
When he's been engaged, and you look at his physicality and the way he's built, he looks like a guy that could go next level too, but he's got to be engaged all the time.
Easily, and he was a high-level recruit, and we're throwing around this NBA tag a little loosely right now, of course, but I think in today's NBA, it really is about fit and opportunity. And Aronson Page, to your point, when he's locked in, he's a guy who could contribute at that level as well.
And 5 to shoot for Enright. Contested 3. DeVries long. Sherevino snatches it.
That's what we talked about before the game. Playing good one-on-one defense, staying attached, not helping off the shooters.
And Reed followed his own, knocked it out.
I like that attack from Jaden Reed right there. You get the good defense, long rebound. Talked about his ability to push pace for Northwestern and give that extra gear. The floor is spread right there. Gets in the paint, just can't finish.
We are inside 9 minutes as Northwestern goes back on defense. They have not committed a foul in this half. 5-0 in team fouls.
Actually impressive as they've been.
And Dorn on the shot fake past Martinelli. Almost the first foul of the half with Page up in the air. And that's stripped clean. Northwestern with the stop, down by 6. Sherevino flies to the rim and gets the bounce.
Outstanding defense. We talked about in the first half. Again, the one pass from Indiana that was breaking down Northwestern. Several rotations. Martinelli closes out. Page recovers. Another rotation, and then on the other end, Sherevino getting to the rim.
Bronx and Bloomington both start with B. They both have their own versions of the cheer.
Yeah, watch this right
cheer
here.
For the first foul of the half.
Nick Martinelli closes out after the first one. Arrington Page comes. There's Sheravino to the corner. There's Trey Singleton again helping out. Slows Wilkerson down. Then Wilkerson, the good hands from Sheravino. Now you got 4-on-4, 4-on-3. And you let the athlete get to the rim. Outstanding from Northwestern.
2 straight games in double digits for Sheravino, and 2 fouls in 4 seconds for Northwestern. Arrington Page grabs this one after Singleton got the other. I don't know if I've done a game this year, or watched a game for that matter, that a team's gone that deep into the half without a single team foul.
It's uncanny again, especially playing as physical as they have here.
And there's a third one on the trip. It'll be 3 shots for DeVries. All of a sudden, it's raining fouls in Bloomington. 56-52, 4-point game at the underage. VividSeats.com. Well, the teams that went to the Crown last year have used that momentum and used some of that extra cash and turned it into good seasons this year. Nebraska is top of mind. They won the Crown last year.
Yeah, extra cash, better travel. So it's yeah, but it's good to see. I mean, that goes to show you Nebraska, obviously a disappointing end of that Big Ten season. Some of that momentum carried over from the Crown, so always see it through. Always play out the season. You never know what's going to happen in the following year.
Well, that next box to check for them, their first ever NCAA tournament win as a program. That's what Nebraska is getting at. From the Crown to some history. And for Indiana, trying to stay on the right side of the bubble. And projections today came in from Mike DeCourcy, 11 seed, not going to Dayton. So there is some padding on the bubble for Indiana, but not much.
Nebraska getting their first win's got to be a foregone conclusion, right? 3 seed?
You'd think so.
Oh, jinx it. Gonna be that guy.
DeVries hits his free throws. The lead is 7 for Indiana. And they're trying to put away Northwestern. They trailed by 13, but have been pesky here on the road, hanging with the Hoosiers. Page fell down in the hands of Martinelli for a rattle home 2.
There you go. Those are the shots Nick Martinelli's been struggling with as of late. Gets those easy buckets in the first half off of putbacks. 10 second chance points, excuse me, for Northwestern, and now basket looking big for Martinelli.
Well, he has almost had to score 20 points. Martinelli has, Jordan, for Northwestern to have a chance to win. He's at 19 tonight.
Yeah, this what makes him so good right here. You can play with him in the short roll. That time they run him off a pin down. If Reese cheats it, because Martinelli not necessarily going to come off and let that fly. With a good read, goes baseline, pull up Jay.
No threes tonight on his way to 19 points.
Yeah, which is typical Nick Martinelli outside of this season. I mean, big improvement in his game.
And a push from Dorn. And the final foul to give for Indiana. It's the 3rd foul on Dorn. So DeVries watches it again. All of a sudden, the Indiana fans are saying Boo Booey's name again.
Yeah, I think they have good reason right there.
And Sheravino cuts the free throw line.
Nick Dorn, definitely a tough call right there for him. Trey Singleton stepped out of bounds. It looked like before the foul. Great pass right there. Jake West just running curls on the out of bounds play. Those are right in behind Tate Conaway's butt.
Sheravino left it short. You know, this Northwestern team has been such a tough out. No matter the makeup of this Indiana team the last 5 years, and even going back further than that here in Bloomington, since Trace Jackson Davis's freshman year, that Indiana has won in Bloomington against Northwestern.
That's incredible. That is incredible. Again, goes to show what type of coach Chris Collins is. Not the best season, obviously a bit of a disappointment in many ways, but continuing to fight, show up.
And Indiana needs this one badly for the postseason. They're up by 4. They've led most of the night. And the turnaround, Wilkerson still hasn't scored since the 11:37 mark of the first half. 0 for 7 since. So the window open for Northwestern. And Page for 3.
Nick Martinelli has taken over this game offensively. Gets deep into the paint right there. And Arrington Page, again, he showed us a little bit of everything. That's the only thing he hasn't really. Steps out, knocks that 3 down right there.
Only his 10th 3 of the season for Arrington Page. And it's a 1-point game at Indiana. Breeze attacks Singleton. Shot fake, turnaround. Alexis couldn't grab it, and it's off of West, staying with the Hoosiers.
Sam Alexis, great job keeping it alive. Right there, great entry pass from Page. Sam Alexis, a bit inexplicably, goes down to double from the top. It's an easy pass out right there. Martinelli easily recognizes that.
Alexis bangs in. Help comes from Page, and that gets him the stop. A chance to take the lead for Northwestern after trailing by 13. And an offensive foul.
Jake West goes a little bit early. Nick Martinelli had a mismatch against Nick Dorn inside the paint. Jake West was trying to dribble over to get it, and Page was going to set the screen. A little bit of cross wires right there.
So Page's second foul, 4th against Northwestern. Indiana still looking for that full-on stiff arm of Northwestern, who have not led since the 15:06 mark of the first. And the foul's starting to mount all of a sudden on the Wildcats. Jaden Reed's 3rd foul. Still a couple to go until the bonus for Indiana on offense. Hoosiers coming off back-to-back losses on the road, and they can't get it right on offense with a miss from Wilkerson. Chance to take the lead here again for Northwestern. West wildly into the lane, and the Hoosiers with a stop.
Great hands by Connor Enright right there.
Breeze extra, right back to him. Step in, and out.
And the little things from Northwestern right there. Running Tucker DeVries off the line, forcing the reload. It's a tougher shot.
I think both teams gassed after that back and forth. So Northwestern burns the timeout, looking for that go-ahead basket after 2 shots at it. A 9-point game at halftime, Jordan. Northwestern has flipped it, +8 in the second half.
And it's been on the defensive end. You see the 17 points right there. 6 baskets for Indiana in this second half, only 3 assisted. It's 50% as opposed to 15 baskets with 14 assists. So the ball has stopped moving, and also Northwestern doing a much better job rotating, playing with pressure, forcing Indiana out from the basket. And on this offensive end, been a little bit of everybody, but mainly Nick Martinelli right here. You know where the ball's going if you're Indiana, Connor.
We talked about Northwestern and how they've won 5 in a row against Indiana, and that's with different players, that's with different coaches. Archie Miller, you had Mike Woodson, and now Darren DeVries. There's something philosophically for Northwestern that's led to this run of having the Hoosiers number.
You know, you would think so, but it's hard to pinpoint that when there's so many different styles. Like Indiana really hasn't been, although throughout that time, hasn't been the most physical of teams throughout that period of time. Northwestern always going to bring that physicality.
It's been one big knock on Indiana this year as Martinelli gives Northwestern the lead.
Nick Martinelli, that's what makes him dangerous. They put Reed Bailey on him that time instead of DeVries. A little thinner, taller. He just faces him up, takes a dribble, faces him up, shoots right in his face.
Wilkerson is fouled. After Martinelli gave Northwestern their first lead since 9-8.
It's a tough call right there by Jake West. He's done a fantastic job chasing Lamar Wilkerson throughout this game off of pin downs. A lot of the baskets that Wilkerson has had has come off passes, assists from teammates, but tough call right there for West.
Well, at the 11:37 mark, Jordan, it looked like Wilkerson. I think we got maybe some blood on the jersey for Dorn. Andrew Vereen, athletic trainer for Indiana. He tapes him up. But it looked like Wilkerson was headed for another one of those Penn State or Oregon-like nights when he scored 40+ in here.
Yes, it did. And the one thing that did stand out again was it was more of defensive lapses for Northwestern. I think in those games it was kind of him running around in his own greatness. Northwestern was just leaving him open, and it was target practice. So with some of the adjustments that they've made, clearly they've slowed him down.
And there's his first point since that 11:37 mark. Ties it up. And more size onto the floor for Northwestern as Reed goes out, Page comes back in.
Chris Collins shortened his bench here in this second half. 6 guys playing. Reed and Page just kind of switching off late in this game.
Indiana back in front. Inside 5 minutes to go. The Wildcats are 1 game back in the Big Ten standings of avoiding Tuesday, the first round of the Big Ten tournament. Indiana just inside the bubble, the projected NCAA tournament field. One they gotta have. Page is off. Strapped for it. Martinelli couldn't get there, and Wilkerson has it. And did those free throws get him going? Oh, an errant pass somehow gets to Wilkerson. Can't cash it.
It's a great play by Sam Alexis. I don't know how he made that tap pass to Wilkerson.
That was turnover all the way.
That was a turnover. That was like a receiver playing defense on the cornerback right there.
Just ahead of the final media timeout. Northwestern took a brief lead, their first since early in the game. Martinelli gave it to him. He's doubled. Open look, Sheravino. Air ball. Dorn wrapped up after he had blood on the elbow. Gives it up. Wilkerson is rejected. So Northwestern has been challenged by Chris Collins. Can we play a full 40 minutes? The final 12 minutes tonight. They've been excellent right there with the Hoosiers.
So Jessica.
All-American candidate Joshua Jefferson, 2 triple doubles this season for number 4 Iowa State. The well-rounded Cyclones, they look to be a Final Four team. How will they look coming up at Utah? That one next, but first we wrap up Northwestern and Indiana. Guys?
Rob, thanks. Yeah, Iowa State, that big win at home last week against Houston. In comeback fashion, Northwestern trying to come all the way back from down 13. Trailing by 1. Smoking player of the game sponsored by Old Trapper. What's your beef? It's Nick Martinelli, the Big Ten's leading scorer.
Leading scorer, the 2 leading scorers, as you said, in this game. First half was Wilkerson. Second half, all Nick Martinelli, doing it in different ways. In the pocket, coming off of pin downs, in the post with the mismatch, little face-up jumper. This is the Nick Martinelli we know and love. Getting back into his groove the past 2 games. 9 for 17 today, was 9 for 17 the other night. He's got Northwestern in position to steal one in Bloomington.
And Jordan, Northwestern has not lost in Nick Martinelli's career against the Hoosiers. Trying to stay undefeated and spoil the fight at home for Indiana and Wilkerson. He misses front rim and stays cold since the first half.
So 11 in a row. Nick Martinelli and I have that in common. I did also when I finished Indiana. Not to make it about me, but, you know, just wanted to get that in there.
Throw off the foot of Martinelli, and here comes Wilkerson. Leaves it for Alexis and couldn't corral it.
You're Chris Collins. You're proud of Arrington Page right there. You turn the ball over. You don't give up. Get back on D. Make a play.
Page wraps it. Martinelli. A go-ahead 3.
Nick Martinelli cashes in, but Arrington Page, perhaps earlier in the year, he gives up on that play right there. Turns it over, gets back, stops the alley-oop, and then makes a dime to Martinelli.
Indiana struggling for offense. No field goals in over 7 minutes.
And that could be the Achilles heel. Live by the sword, die by the sword. That's a great look right there for Nick Dorn off the curl. Northwestern had to help, but gotta wonder, Tatum Conaway's the guy who can get to the rim, put pressure on the defense.
A loss that Indiana would not like to stare in the face on their resume with a couple weeks to go before selection. This is out to Northwestern. Martinelli just gave Northwestern a 2-point lead with his first 3 of the night.
Look at the pass. Arrington Page falling down, runs the floor after the turnover, got back on defense 2 ways, had the mismatch. Indiana had to collapse. And Nick Martinelli, only his first 3 of the game, much improved part of his game this season.
And this will go to the monitor.
Further play, first play is under review. Checking the timing.
Tim Comer on the mic. And Bart Lennox, Kelly Pfeiffer over at the monitor. And right now the shot clock at 4, game clock at 2:14.
Right there, Nick Martinelli had Connor Enright on him in the low block. And again, that's one of those ones where he looks for contact, maybe a little bit too much. You have the size advantage. You don't have to look for the foul. Just play regular, go up. Connor Enright's not blocking your shot. At best, you see it right here. Keep an eye on the clock as well. You know the rotation's coming. Great job by Enright to go straight up.
Might be a little bit more time based on that look.
Yeah, I thought that looked pretty good.
That hit the rim too, I think.
Yeah, it also did. Yeah, you're right.
Did reset the shot clock.
Should be at 20.
Martinelli's shot.
No, I don't think it did. Maybe it hit the bottom of the backboard.
It looked like it hit the underside of the stanch with maybe 4.5, so it could have added a few more, but it did hit the rim.
I don't think I've ever been wrong 3 times in 2 seconds.
So a new PR for you.
Yeah, there's a new PR.
So that'll put the shot clock somewhere around 18, 19 seconds then. Impressive second half for Northwestern, where they've outscored Indiana by 11. It was a 13-point first half lead for Indiana. It was 9 at halftime.
After review, the ball hit the rim. Northwestern ball on the baseline. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
All right, so a nice round of 20 for Northwestern to reset it. Singleton had some good moments in that first half in front of some family and friends here in Indiana, his home state. Enright almost had it. Couldn't pick it. Down to 5 to shoot. West, step back. Off on the 3. Singleton has the offensive rebound, but it's a jump ball. It stays with Northwestern. That's one of the plays for Indiana that has been haunting them the last couple of games. Second chances.
It's been in this second half, all Northwestern on the glass. 22-11 advantage.
And this is against a similarly sized team as Indiana's front line. Inside 2 minutes to go. Northwestern by 2. Martinelli faces up, splashes it down.
No answer for Nick Martinelli when he has that going, that face-up jumper. Not a lot you can do. You got to crowd him. He's physical, he's big, you're in the bonus. Tough situation.
18 points in the second half, 26 overall in the game for Nick Martinelli. And a bump by Sheravino, and a 1-and-1 for Wilkerson.
See again, there's Martinelli. Throw it to him on the block, face up. Tucker DeVries does the right thing. Game plan discipline. You got to live with that. Even though he's been knocking it down, the alternative is not great unless you're going to run doubles at him. Northwestern doesn't have much shooting on the floor. That might be the adjustment. Crowd him, make him put it on the deck, turn him into a playmaker, make somebody else beat you.
Wilkerson hits the front end. Whatever way that Indiana has guarded Martinelli in the second half, that hasn't worked. Whatever way Northwestern has handled Wilkerson has worked.
It has worked, but that's Unfortunate right there. Chris Collins was incredulous at that foul call. Cheravino. We talked about a guy like Wilkerson who can't make it go in the basket. You get 2 free throws late, might be what gets you going.
Indiana within 2 despite no field goals in the last 9 minutes. And some late February drama in the Big Ten. And Northwestern looking for back-to-back wins. Up by 2 in the hands of Martinelli. Has size on Enright and cashes another.
Indiana goes to the switch. Enright stopped them once because Martinelli caught it on the 3-point line. That time he catches it at 15. Doesn't play for the foul. Just elevates over him. That's easy for Martinelli.
And a timeout, Darren DeVries. Where will the offense come from with Indiana begging for somebody to break out? 9-16 since the last field goal for the Hoosiers. They've missed 11 in a row.
And this is where you need a creator. Darren DeVries knows they don't have a ton of those. It's at a premium. They have a ton of shooting. In this situation, you got to have some misdirection to get a shooter open, which is his specialty. But again, he was in Sam Alexis's face in that huddle. I believe he was supposed to run over at Martinelli and turn him into a passer. You can't leave Nick Martinelli one-on-one with Connor Enright when he's going like this.
Yeah, 28 points for Martinelli. Several clutch shots in this run also.
Countless clutch shots. Whether it's face-up, 3-pointers, the little floaters that we know and love, getting on the offensive glass. And again, that was Indiana's mistake. You talk about their Achilles heel. Nick Martinelli early in that half got an easy layup off the glass. A turnover, got an easy layup in transition. And a guy like that, that's all you need to feel good.
Indiana scored the first basket of the half. Since then, Northwestern has outscored them 34-19 and has a 4-point lead. And no field goals in 9+ minutes. 11 straight misses. Indiana playing for their season the next couple of weeks. And the final moment here, and Alexis has a touch. Down to 6, Connerway. He banks it home to break the seal.
Great defensive possession from Northwestern, but Tatum Connerway makes the play, getting to the rim.
And the shot clock is turned on, but not much difference. And Indiana gets the steal. Connerway taps it free. Hoosiers down by 2. Wilkerson passed on the 3. In for the tie. No! Putback slam. Almost went. And a whistle.
Sam Alexis just tried to tear down Assembly Hall after 100 years. And right there, Tatum Connerway gets it on the offensive end, then gets it on the defensive end. That's just the playmaking. You see Alexis go up and get it.
Play is under review for. So Singleton was called for the foul. He was underneath the legs of Alexis. Kelly Pfeiffer just came over and said no coach's challenge. They're going over on their own just to make sure there was no further foul play there.
Yeah, and I don't think any foul play. Alexis going up, trying to make a play for his team. Singleton maybe gets a little close. You get up on the rim, slip off. Nothing malicious. We'll see.
So Sam Alexis carries his weight at the free throw line. He's a 76% free throw shooter. He will have 2 at the free throw line after a near thunderous jam to take.
Indiana's fans come down with more boo-booey chants with that one. They thought it was a little extra, but I think the right call by the official.
A terrific night for Alexis. And his first free throw is perfect. 13 points. And very collected on his first free throw of the night.
By Archie, nothing but net.
Back-to-back big ones for Alexis. Missed that one. Loose ball. And a timeout. No, it was a foul called first. There was a tie-up, and the foul comes first. Northwestern was signaling for the timeout, but instead it'll be a 1-and-1.
Those are the little things right there. Jake West the high archer. They yield long rebounds. The youngster, old school fundamental, box out the shooter, stands right in front of Sam Alexis. No pressure.
Jake West has not been in this spot a lot. The true freshman, only 21 free throw attempts on the season. 1 for 2 tonight. Got the front end. It's a 2-point lead for Northwestern.
Told you, man, Philly kid. He ain't worried about that.
Timeout, Darren DeVries. That's Indiana's last. So some time to think about it for West. But Indiana empty-handed with timeouts on a night where you called it a must-win. Darren DeVries called it a must-win. Mike DeCourcy has them just inside the NCAA tournament field as an 11 seed.
Yeah, this is one that could be devastating to those tournament hopes. Of course, still plenty of games to be played, but they can't find a way to pull out here late in this game, carving out an uphill battle for yourselves. Michigan State, Minnesota coming in town, and Ohio State at the end of the year.
And of course, there will be some opportunities. Indiana hopes several opportunities to add to that quad 1 column in the Big Ten tournament, and including that game in the regular season against Michigan State coming up. But this would be one that would make the Hoosiers sick to their stomach if they don't get.
Yeah, late in the year, you don't want to be searching, desperate for those quad 1 wins. You don't want to have to go or play against Sparty in a must-win situation. So interesting decision by DeVries, Coach DeVries, to take a timeout with 14.5, leaves you with nothing. Means you know that there's a play coming out of this timeout or out of this free throw for them. Quick 2, put the ball in Tatum Connerway's hands regardless of what happens with this free throw from Jake West.
And Northwestern several years ago went with a youth movement that turned them into back-to-back NCAA tournament teams. They're going with that this year. One of those young guys is at the line in a hostile crowd, and he calmly sinks both. Jake West with 2 icy free throws to lead by 3.
He's one of them guys that you never worry about the announcer jinx with, because you could tell the way he plays. He doesn't back down. He steps up, knocks him down quietly, and gets a little silencer action to Assembly Hall.
All right, where's your mind at if you're Darren DeVries?
You have to put the ball in Tatum Connerway's hands. Again, Northwestern saying to yourself, no threes right now. There's 14.5 seconds, no timeouts. You have plenty of time to get a quick 2 and still foul and force Northwestern into another pressure situation. Your best guy with the ball in his hands is Tatum Connerway, as well as you know the floor is going to be open because Northwestern is staying home.
Do you consider a foul for Northwestern?
No, too early. Way too early. You don't want to get in the back and forth free throw shooting contest with a bunch of shooters late in the game.
Well, that's the thing, right? Indiana, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the Big Ten and in the country. And tonight, they've made 10 of them.
Northwestern has on the floor free throw shooters. The best one, Nick Martinelli at 81%. You got Cheravino at 54, Trey Singleton 72. So you can play the.
Inbounded to Connerway. He goes to the rim and has 2. Tried to draw the foul, didn't get it. Now it's a 1-point game with 8.4 to go.
Northwestern stays home. That's still too easy by Jake West. You got to switch that.
And West is fouled. Connerway got him. No time comes off the clock, but Northwestern will march down for free throws. Great foul on Connerway.
Great set right there from Indiana. Put it in Connerway's hands. Run a little ghost screen. Nick Martinelli can't switch. You switch, you risk leaving Dorn open. Jake West living very dangerously right there. Potentially could have been an and 1.
Well, it is Jake West in this spot again. He just got 2 clutch free throws. This is another 1-and-1. Make the first to earn the second. And a 1-point game after Connerway's basket. I'll say the delay tactics right now have been 10 out of 10 from Indiana. High fives in the lane. Are we sure we have the right guys on the floor? Now they sub Enright in. And a long time to think about it for Jake West. Shooting directly into the student section for Indiana. Front end of a 1-and-1. Got it again.
Jake West. Dynamic freshman. Big one right here.
Northwestern trying to play spoiler. With Indiana hoping to be on their way to the NCAA tournament, and it's a 3-point game.
You ain't worried about nothing, but for Indiana, that's probably the one guy you don't want to foul besides Martinelli.
Into Wilkerson, their best scorer. It's DeVries. He hoists a 3. It's an air ball with no whistle and a foul on Dorn. 1.1 on the clock. And Darren DeVries incensed with the officials.
Yeah, Connor, he has every right to be incensed. That was clearly a foul. Angelo Cheravino slapped Tucker DeVries on the left wrist. Right there. Official position behind DeVries. Cheravino, Chris Collins is talking to Cheravino. Northwestern dodged the bullet right there.
And that is a 2-possession game. And maybe the sealer. Most likely the sealer there for Page. His second is off. And DeVries lets it roll. So 4-point game. DeVries hit on the wrist. No call came. And Northwestern leads by 4.
That is a tough way to end if you're an Indiana fan, but
DeVries leans in, and that's it. Northwestern comes to Indiana and plays spoiler with a 6th straight win over the Hoosiers.
And again, Northwestern clearly the better team in the second half. If you're an Indiana fan, very frustrated by the way that ends. That's clearly a foul by Angelo Cheravino and heads-up play by DeVries.
So Indiana drops it after leading by 13. Life on the bubble just became a little bit more anxious. Thanks for watching. Jordan Taylor, Connor Runyon, back to our LA studios.
Wisconsin native Milan Momcilovic is the nation's most precise three-point shooter. His scoring touch has helped the Cyclones move up to